Hello people of the tube, welcome to this video which is going to be one of two. Yes, I'm going to be producing two videos today, and these two videos are really, in my mind, two must-do exercises for beginners. One is to do with left-hand finger placement on the strings and fretting the strings, and the other one is to do with my addressing of my issue with my thumb on the back of the neck and my posture. We'll be getting to that one in the next video. So this one is all about finger placement. Now, for the longest time, I've had a bad habit where my fingers, when I'm playing, as you can see there, my little finger in particular, and my ring finger, I come off quite a long way off of the strings. And when I'm playing a pentatonic scale, you can see that very, very clearly. So, you know, my fingers are a good inch and a half off the strings. And my little finger, very often when I'm coming off the strings, can be as much as probably 2 inches off of the strings, which is ridiculous because I'm wasting so much time and energy and I'm moving my hand around a lot. Now, Michael's obviously picked this up on with me a few times, but what was really interesting is the other day in my YouTube channel, a video popped in, and it was from Merce Font. I'm hoping that I've pronounced that correctly. But she's a classical guitarist, and her video was all about getting a very good left hand. And I started to watch and it made a lot of sense. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole of the video because it's very long, and I will link to her video below, and I would urge any beginner to go and have a look at that. But it really makes you concentrate on your finger placement. And in particular with me, it's making sure that my fingers don't come too far off the strings, and it's also helping me, particularly with my little finger, to try and get it more on the tip. So this is all about finger placement and thumb placement. It's not about speed. In fact, she says to set a metronome quite low, so I've got mine set to about 60 beats per minute, so about 1 a second, and it's all about concentrating on the accuracy and the precision of the notes. Now, there's two ways that she actually runs through. I'll go through this very quickly. Again, have a look at her video for the full list. But first of all, we look at progression. So we start off on the 5th fret on the 6th string with your first finger, and you literally just play each string. Now, I'm not doing with this a metronome, normally I would, and then back up. And then we move down to the 6th fret. And back up. Now, how you're picking doesn't matter. I mean, sometimes I'll just all up and all down, or sometimes I'll alternate pick. But basically you go from the 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th fret up and down the fretboard with your first finger. You then do the same with your second finger, starting off on the 6th fret. So you go 6th fret, 7th, 8th and 9th, and then you repeat the same with your ring finger, starting off on the 7th fret, and then your little finger on the, you're starting that one on the 8th fret. So once you've been all the way through with your individual fingers, so basically 1, 2, 3 and 4, you then start to introduce two fingers. So we'll go with the first and middle finger. and obviously you then just work down accordingly. Now I'm getting a little bit of buzzing because I'm playing this very quickly just to get through this video rather than have you sitting here watching me just plod away at 60 beats a minute. But you get the idea. So first and second finger all the way down, and you're going down the 4 frets. Then you switch to the 3rd and the 4th finger. So you leave your first finger in the 5th fret, and now we're doing the 3rd and the 4th finger. So it's your ring and your small finger, and you'll then start that at the 7th and 8th fret. Remember that thumb position, and remember about getting it on the tip of your little finger, which is my problem. Again, I'm not working with a metronome and I'm going a bit too quickly just for this video, but hopefully you can see on the smaller camera where I've zoomed in on my hand that I've already only been doing this for a couple of days, but I've already started to not lift my little finger so far off the strings, and I'm also learning to curl it round more to get it on the strings. So rather than worrying about riffs and songs and what's coming next, this is a very, very easy progressive exercise to help. So we're doing individual fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we do fingers 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4. Then she switches to I think it's 2 and 1, 3 and 2, 4 and 3. Watch her video because it gets progressively more difficult where you're spacing your fingers to the point where you're actually doing your first and your second, first and your second, first and your second, and then second and third, second and third, second and third, and then third and fourth, third and fourth, third and fourth. Now I'm actually using my practice application to work through this, and it's prompting me for which actual fingers to do. So I haven't got them firmly in my mind at the moment, because when I'm playing them, I'm concentrating more on my thumb placement, my finger placement, and the angle of attack of my fingers, more than which ones I should be doing. So very often I will stop and think, okay, so for this next bit I need to be doing fingers 1 and 2. For the next bit I need to be doing fingers 3 and 4. But it's a really, really, really good exercise. I do this exercise every morning now. So my practice routine has changed slightly. I do this for about 15 to 20 minutes in the morning. That's how long it takes to run through. And then in the evening, I'm going back and I'm starting to work on my chords and my songs and my homework from Michael. And it's quite nice to have the two very different exercises to do. So anyway, I think that this is an exercise that is really, really important for anybody starting to learn the guitar. Certainly when I was teaching myself, I never even thought about how far I was bringing my fingers off of the strings. Never concerned me. And obviously that's a bad habit. Yeah, maybe it's a bit of a niggle, but a bad habit in my mind that I've got into. And this exercise is helping me to keep my fingers closer to the strings as I move across the fretboard. And hopefully that will mean that I get less work in my hand, which is going to mean less pain or less discomfort in the back of my hand. And also when we come to start playing more quickly, then hopefully that will mean that I can speed up, and certainly my scales have started to become a little bit better since I've been doing this exercise. So anyway, that is this video. Thank you ever so much for watching. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing because, well, I really, really appreciate all my subscribers. It helps the channel no end. If you like this video, please remember to hit the like button And if you hit the bell button, you'll get a notification of when my next video in this series of 2 comes out, which I need to record later this evening. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care. Bye bye.